This episode of Biz Jet TV, we're going to be talking about vertical takeoff and landing project, an interesting one powered by hydrogen. This is different to the electrical vertical for takeoff and landing projects that are out there, which I've extensively talked about in my articles in Avbuyer magazine. I also mention it in my book, The Quantum Economy. Welcome to Biz Jet TV. My name is Fabrizio. I'm the host here on Biz Jet TV and also an airline transport pilot. I've been in this industry a long time, so I'm here to give you a report here on this interesting Swiss company called Sirius Aviation, and Sirius Aviation have designed the Sirius Jet. Now this is a very cool looking, as you can see, new aeroplane. Takes off vertically and then flies like a jet. Speed of about 323 miles per hour, flies up to 30,000 feet, range of about 650 nautical miles, give or take, carrying 3 to 5 passengers depending on which version you buy. Now, what does that mean? That translates into, an LA, Las Vegas is about 200 miles, and LA to Salt Lake City is about 500 miles, Orlando to Miami 166 miles, London to Paris about 186 miles. So that kind of gives you the idea of where you could use this flying machine. Now, I've written a number of articles for Avbuyer magazine a couple of years ago about the electrical vertical takeoff and landing market. I looked at all the projects out. There's over 500 of them. Very interesting. I also consulted for an eVTOL company for a few months. I wasn't impressed, but it did give me an inside scoop on what's happening and what are the hurdles and problems with certification and whatnot. And electric batteries are a bit of a problem, especially when you take this flying machine up at altitude. How does that behave? How you see this with electric cars. As soon as you put the heating up, your mileage goes down. As soon as you put the air conditioning on or increase the air conditioning, your range decreases. So there's lots of problems around electric propulsion, in particular when you start launching up to 20,000 feet in an aeroplane, which is why I think hydrogen is really the way to go. So I think the Sirius Jet is a really cool design. The engineering team behind him, got over 100 engineers working on this. Very smart team. Very good. They're going to start flying next year with the prototype and get this thing certified fairly quickly. And I think this is going to be a success. Hydrogen doesn't pollute the air, zero emissions, so that's really, really good. Also, it runs on hydrogen, and then you've got the electric system, which is separate, so you're not going to be burning range when you switch things on, and it's not going to have that effect that electric batteries have when they go up at altitude. You're going to have all the problems that you have with powering something electric and taking it into the air, in particular across longer distances. And this is why certification of the eVTOLs is going to take a lot longer. And I think there's more and more projects now coming out. Some of them are hybrid, but I think Sirius Aviation are pioneering this whole thing with the hydrogen powered VTOL aircraft. I mean, let's face it, with a VTOL aircraft, places like Africa, Indonesia, Philippines, all these island places, and even in Africa, the problem is infrastructure. I mean, building an airport costs a lot of money. Building a runway costs a lot of money, and it takes time. But it's all you need here with a VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing. You just need like a helipad. And these machines fly faster than helicopters. The Sirius Jet is faster than a helicopter, and it lands and takes off like a helicopter, and it's not as expensive to run. So these are the factors here that play into the success that this type of project is going to have, because now economies like that in Africa, they're not going to need such a more expensive infrastructure put in place in order to be able to deliver stuff from the mines to the ports to the airports and things like that. Same when you look at economies like Indonesia, the Philippines, many islands. You need to get stuff from one island to the other. Going by boat is very slow. Going by helicopter is very expensive. Airplanes not always possible because you don't have a runway. There's no infrastructure there. But, with the VTOL aircraft, these economies are going to thrive even more thanks to the capability of this type of airplane. So I think the Sirius Jet is going to be successful. Let's get the conversation going below. Let's see what you say about it. And also remember to get yourself a copy of The Quantum Economy. Lots of information in here about aviation, about private aviation, private jets in particular, and how private jets are changing the economy and how it really does change the economy of an entrepreneur when you start using private jet as a business tool. So grab yourself a copy, click on the link below to do that. And check out this other video we did recently about private jet charters and why now's the time to get into private jet charter. And that's all from Fabrizio here on Biz Jet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.